we talk about falls prevention?
Please, let's do it. It's so important.
Yeah. So let me give you my background as to why I really wanted to have this chat. So I'm going to be going to South Korea and Taiwan to give a talk, a 2-day talk actually, to their national meeting. And they, when you go to places and sometimes they ask you to do little extras. So that one of the little extras was, hey, we'd like to know what's going on fall prevention in the United States. So what is going on for falls prevention?
That's what you asked me this, and I said, there's nothing going on for falls prevention in the United States.
Yeah, now it is a little scary.
That's not true.
No,
not nothing.
Yeah. So let's back it up. Let's back up. There are some things, but most people don't even know what they are. Yeah. I mean, if I said the word steady to you, would you know what that is?
And she said the word steady to me, and I'm a physical therapist, and I didn't know what it was. So don't feel bad.
Yeah, Well, yesterday I was at a meeting, and there were 2 physicians next to me, one on this side, one, and we were talking fall prevention, and they said, I don't really know much about it. I said, well, have you heard of the steady? And they haven't. Yeah. And the United States put a lot of money into developing this program. It's a good program, but nobody knows about it. Nobody's doing it. And falls prevention isn't going to help you unless you do it.
Right, exactly. And I mean, falls, we all hear stories about people falling, ending up then not ever being able to go home again because the fall's so bad.
Right.
We, as a society, I think we all know falls are such a issue with aging. But why aren't we addressing it in a better, more systematic way?
I agree. Well, okay, there is a publication on the World Guidelines for Physical Therapy.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean for falls prevention. It wasn't by far just physical therapists. I think the list of names was 2 pages long for all the people who worked on it. So it was a big report. But basically they said everybody who's older needs to be working on falls prevention. And they suggested that you do 150 to 300 minutes a week. Yeah, so we're talking 30 minutes a day minimum
of exercise,
of just balance
exercises.
Right, and we've given you some that you could do that would constitute a good 30-minute program, but
you have to do it.
You do have to do it.
And you have to do something every day.
Right.
For it to really be effective.
And so how are you going to do it? I mean, some people want classes. Some people would like to watch a YouTube video maybe, to do it. Some people are independent, they like me, I'll do my one-legged standing while brushing my teeth and, watching a movie or something, to get in my 30 minutes. And I don't have to be doing it with other people.
Right.
But
there's a lot of ways to do it. It's just making sure that you are doing it and you're doing meaningful balance exercises and putting the time in.
Right. And the thing is, you really have to do it. I know Dana keeps saying you have to do it, but she mentioned her mother, and I even mentioned me. I teach it, I work with patients. And I think because I do that, I think I'm doing it.
Right.
And your mom too. What happened?
So my mom is like this very robust older woman, and and I always view her as strong, and she goes to the gym and she walks and she does strength training. And sometimes I test her and just to make sure she's on track. And we did a test earlier last year, I guess now, and she was doing great on balance. I gave her a few little exercises, and then actually I went to film some videos with her. And I had her do some of these balance exercises, and she was terrible. And she was scared. It scared her a little bit, and it really scared me a bit. It wasn't so, I mean, we maybe overreacted because she's my mother and she has very high standards.
I don't think you are.
But it really, she's like, well, I've been going to the gym and I've been walking and I've been doing some strength training. I was like, well, are you doing your balance exercises? And she's like, not the balance exercises. I'm like, well, clearly you need to do them. I was like, if you're not doing those specific exercises, your balance is going to deteriorate. And every decade of life, that gets more significant. Yep. So over the age of 60, is that?
They say 60,
65.
Right.
And she's, and I saw that with her, and she saw it, and of course she's now very diligent and back on her balance exercises.
Good.
I can't wait to test her again. I know she's going to be better, but I want her to see that it really pays off. But
right. As well as specificity of exercise.
Yes, exactly.
You're not going to get great balance if you just do cardio.
Right.
All right. Strength will help. Definitely.
Definitely.
That's a piece of it, but it's not all of it. All right. So we've given you vestibular, we've given you, proprioceptive, we've given you a lot of different ones
balance
that you
when
could.
you're sitting, standing.
Yep, that you can do. So, but the key is its specificity. Doing something else isn't going to necessarily make your balance better. Right. Hence, you're more at risk for falling. Yeah. So you really need to commit to doing that. And that's, I think, the problem with the programs in the U.S. They put something together, it has great information, and then it
just goes out into the ether. Nobody does it. It's just out there.
Yeah. But, so you couldn't look up the STEADI, but it's not spelled, this is what's weird too, STEADI is how it's spelled.
Okay.
So if you go to steady.org, or I do think you can even get it from steady.com, you can get the program. They have some tests in there. They have some exercises in there. So it is good. And it's, some of the ones that we've shown you, but we've done some more than that. And, just commit to that 30 minutes of doing the exercises.
Yeah, mark it on your phone, mark it on a calendar, something. But
piece of paper that says it.
Just try, really make that a goal.
Oh, and then you know what I heard? Yeah, well, okay. No, I think that's good. We'll talk about maybe adhering a little later.
Okay, sounds good.
But the bottom line is falls prevention, unfortunately, is not coming from up here. It has to come from in here. And you have to do it. And we're encouraging you strongly to do that. I've had too many patients who fell, broke a hip, and said, God, I wish I had worked on this sooner, and done my balance exercises so I never fell.
Yeah.